In thermodynamics, we're constantly trying to measure these quantities of energy that go in or out of the reactions. A question that should come up is, how do you trap energy and measure it? Moving from out of a reaction, where does it go? How do we catch it? How do we measure it? Calorimetry is the answer to this. It's actually a very clever technique. First, we'll take a substance that we know very well how it responds to heat. Let's use water. So basically, we're going to run a reaction and let the heat entering or exiting that reaction go into the water. Next, we'll measure the water's change in temperature, which allows us to see how much heat went into the water. We can then conclude that this heat came from the reaction. Now, it does require a little planning ahead. You have to build yourself a calorimeter. You can use a cheap styrofoam cup and fill it with some water. Maybe you put one of your reactants in, let's say an acid. Now take your base and pour it in along with a thermometer. Stir it and the temperature will change, especially if you do something like hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide. It's an exothermic reaction, therefore it gives off heat. And sure enough, the temperature will rise within the solution. This changes your delta T. From that delta T, simply multiply it by the heat capacity of water, 4.184 joules per gram degree Celsius, and the water's mass. Put all that together and you'll get your amount of heat, which is Q. That amount was what was released from the reaction. Last, divide by the mass of all the steps you used, which will give you heat per gram. And you've got your answer to the reaction you just ran.